Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. The Ten Commandments are the most governing principles of all time. But do they really deserve to be articles of faith? 1. I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not have any gods before me. The God described here, in this commandment, demanding undying monogamous faith, is the God as traditionally defined. Omniscient, omnipotent, and benevolent, that is, all-seeing, all-powerful, and all kindness. But could such a God allow earthquakes that have maimed and killed millions and destroyed their homes? Could such a God allow millions of innocent babies to be born to painful diseases, screaming months, and then dying, leaving bereft parents? Should the God as exists legitimately demand, I am the Lord thy God, thou shalt not have any gods before me? Cannot a case be made for all of us having but limited faith in a number of quote-unquote gods, who are the people who inspire us to be our best selves, as well as the wise one within each of us? The second commandment is, you shall not make for yourself an idol in the form of anything. Why not? Why shouldn't we be allowed to be inspired by the bust of Homer, of Susan B. Anthony, of Steph Curry, for God's sake? The third commandment, you shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God. Now come on, is saying God damn it really worth a spot among the 10 musts? 4. Remember the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. Logic, and my clients and my experience, find that small breaks yield more renewal than 24-hour ones. In fact, long breaks make the work pile up, which stresses you more when you're back in the saddle. The fifth commandment, honor your mother and father. Doesn't that depend? Providing sperm and egg, and even providing an upbringing, doesn't necessarily warrant an honor. Should abusive parents be honored? How about just negligent ones? They don't really deserve an honor either, do they? Sixth commandment, you shall not murder. Generally a good idea, but a couple of justifiable homicides leap to mind. There is the oft-cited, if you had the chance to kill Hitler before you started killing the millions, shouldn't you have? Another example, in some locales there are ruthless warlords and no court system. The warlord rapes and pillages, leaving hundreds starving, raped and dead. To save hundreds more innocents, might murdering him be justified? Seventh commandment, you shall not commit adultery. Outside the Bible, the wisdom of monogamy has been debated forever. Should its prohibition be so black and white? How about in a sexless marriage, in which the couple loves each other platonically and additionally wants to stay together for the kids, but one partner is horny to the max and the other is utterly indifferent? Should that person's adultery be subject to the stonings and dismemberment specified in the Bible, or to social opprobrium that remains normative and even be grounds for divorce and a fat settlement? The eighth commandment, you shall not steal. Yeah, that's also generally a good idea, but for example, how about the poor couple in which the wife needs expensive medicine to live and they can't afford it? If the husband breaks into the pharmacy at night to get the medicine, shouldn't there be a little play in, thou shalt not steal? The ninth commandment, you shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. I buy this one, except for white lies like, no, you don't look fat in that. And finally, the 10th commandment, you shall not covet your neighbor's house, wife, or property. Come on now. What's wrong with a little coveting of a nicer house or car? For example, it might motivate a lazy person to work harder. And a little fantasizing about the neighbor's more desirable wife's more likely to provide a little innocent pleasure than to lead to a mushroom cloud divorce. No? The takeaway? Even the most august rules suffer from being at minimum too black and white. Morals and ethics really deserve to be situational. Thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko.